Computer just cut off. We're live, everyone. Welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us this evening. Bear with me. I am trying to pull my chat back up. Let's see who's here. Trina's here. Hi, Trina. Brad Eckerson's Resales is here. Y'all just saw Peep Keith walk behind me. Jamie's cooking, probably something gourmet. We'll give everyone a couple minutes to come on in. Tonight, what I'm going to do is something that was I had a lot of questions about, and it was highly requested. A lot of you guys wanted me to do a show on how I price my jeans because I price stuff so high. But not only do I price it high, I get the prices I ask for. So I decided to do one better than you guys asked for. I decided to do one better and get a special guest on the channel that actually prices higher than me in a lot of instances and knows more about jeans than even me. For a long time, she only sold jeans. So everyone say hi to Megan.
Hey,
say hi, Megan.
Thank you for having me, Star.
Thank you for coming on. Like I told you when we talked yesterday, I felt like if anyone could do this, it would mean you. Because we're pretty notorious for pricing our jeans really high, right?
Oh, well, thank you. I feel honored. And yes, I price them very high.
Yes, she does. I'm going to say hi to a couple more people. Lance is here. Lance is super excited. You guys, Reselling to Recovery, the wrench, the moderator in my chat. Lance just started selling jeans at the beginning of this year. So he is still learning a lot. And I've been helping him in his journey as he's learning jeans. So I know he's super excited about tonight.
Hi, thanks for coming in.
Maggie, Brandy, Adam is here, Donatella, and hi guys, welcome in, Veranda Files. A lot of people are in here. This is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this because it says I have 6 people in here, and I feel like it's more.
Someone said they can't hear me very well. Can you hear me?
I had to turn my volume way up to hear you.
Okay. Let's see.
So, if you could talk louder or do something, I don't know. I turned my volume way up.
Okay. Maybe I'll just sit a little bit closer here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can see
okay.
you. So before we get started, I wanted to show everyone what I sold just before you and I went live. If you guys can see that, I sold Gloria Vanderbilt for $25 on eBay. So when I tell you guys that you can get these prices, you really can. And if I'm getting $25 for Gloria Vanderbilt, there's no reason you guys should be selling Lucky or Silver or any of the more designer brands for less than $35, $40. I have a Blue Yeti microphone too. So Megan, go ahead and tell everyone a little bit about yourself, like how you got started and what you do.
So my name is Megan. If you don't know who I am, I got started on eBay actually when I was 12 years old, but I did not go full-time until about, 2-3 years ago. I used to work at a bank, and then I had my first child, and I couldn't find a daycare that could accommodate the hours that I needed. So here I am, eBay full-time since, 2016. So almost 3 years.
And for a long time, you just did jeans, right? Before you delved into women's tops and things?
Yes. So for the most part, I only did jeans and pants, probably for a good 6 to 8 months. I didn't start doing shirts until about a year ago. So for the longest time, it was only pants. And then the issue that I ran into was that like summer was coming along and my sales were really going down because, spring and summer, everyone's buying fun summer tops and dresses and shorts. And all I had was thick, heavy pants and jeans. So that's when I started to expand, when I realized that I couldn't just do one item for the whole year.
Half of your face is cut off, apparently.
It looks fine in mine.
There we go. So also, we should probably tell everyone that you also get the majority of your inventory for 99 cents like we do.
Yes. So I only go to Goodwill on their 99-cent days, which is Sunday here, which I think is the same for you as well, which is really funny because I live in Washington and you're all the way over in Pennsylvania. But both of us, 99-cent Sundays. So pretty much everything that I get is 99 cents. I will pay up if it is something high end, but pretty much $1.
Hi, Dave and Bill. Welcome in. Thank you guys for joining us. Yeah, ours is Sunday as well, and I pay 99 cents for pretty much everything unless it's like silver jeans. I would pay 7 for. We all know about my 2 pairs I bought for 10 bucks a piece last week, but they were good jeans. So, you guys, Megan and I actually last night had a FaceTime together, and we made this sheet. Well, we didn't make this sheet. We brainstormed up brands that she and I flip a lot and typed them up, and I got mine printed out, and she has a copy as well. And what we thought we would do is just kind of go down this list, and if we have any secrets or information about the brand to kind of help you guys, we will divulge those and then tell you guys what we start them at and whether they're a pair that we would pay up for or only get at 99 cents. The list is pretty long, so if you guys could hold your questions to the end, that would be perfect. Do you have earbuds, Megan?
I do. Should I try that?
Yeah, I think someone said that might help. Okay. Oh, Sell Quick, Ship Quick is in here. I love them. Those two are so cute. I met them in Vegas last year. Thank you guys for coming in. You guys are awesome. So we're just going to go through the list, and just keep in the back of your mind that some of these jeans brands, and Megan and I talked about this yesterday, some of these brands are brands that I know some of you wouldn't mess with, but if you can find jeans for 99 cents the way that we do, or you have a Benz where you can pay by the pound, some of these brands will surprise you what you can get for them. And the prices we're going to tell you that we start them at are pretty much what we sell them at. Give or take, what, 5 or 10 bucks for best offers?
Yeah, I would say about that.
Okay. So we're just going to start, and then we'll go down the list, and if you guys can hold your questions to the end, that would be great. And I'm also going to promote Megan at the end because she just started a YouTube channel, everyone. It is in the description box if the mods want to put it up while we talk. So we'll start with 7 for All Mankind. I think that the secret about those is not a secret. You really want to look for the dojo jeans, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much the only one that I would pay up for. Everything else, I probably wouldn't pay more than $1 or $2 for, especially the bootcut ones. I have a hard time selling those for like $24. So Dojo is pretty much the only one that I would pay up for.
Yeah, same here. I'll get them if they're 99 cents, but I do start mine at 35. And you said
your bootcut ones, you would start at 35?
I start all my 7 for All Mankind at 35, yeah.
Okay. The bootcut ones I would probably do maybe a little bit less than you actually, because I don't have luck selling them. But the dojos I sell for, well, I list them for like probably in the high 60s, and I'll take an offer in the 50s.
I've actually never found dojos ever.
You've never found dojos? Oh my goodness.
I have not yet. But the other ones, I start them at 35 because after sales and best offers, I usually get about 25. I feel like if I start at 25, I'm setting myself up to get less.
Yeah.
So Abercrombie, surprisingly, if I find it for 99 cents, I will pick it up.
I would list Abercrombie for like $24, $22 with best offer. I don't pick that up anymore unless it's something like really bright and funky colored or distressed. Otherwise, I don't get it. But $24, maybe $22 with best offer.
On women's or men's?
Women's. I hardly pick up any men's.
I've only ever sourced one pair of men's Abercrombie, and they had like a fleece flannel lining with mooses on them. And I did sell those for 40.
Oh wow! Yeah, I don't think I've ever sold any men's Abercrombie.
If Keith wants to sneak in off camera and fix my sound for me, that would be great. I love live shows, don't you?
Always something comes up. My kid next to me is like shaking my screen and banging on the table. So
yeah, we can hear your kid, and you sound like a robot on my speaker.
Oh jeez.
Adriana Goldschmied. Now that's a good brand. I would pay up to like $253 for it.
I love AG. I would probably pay up to 5 or 6, and most of those I sell in like the 30s or 40s, depending on what it is.
I start them around 35 or 40. So He just snuck behind me and didn't fix my sound. Oh, he's getting batteries. Okay, I know what he's doing. So, yeah, Adriana Goldschmidt, I might pay $5 or $6. Unfortunately, the way our Goodwill is, it's $6.99 or 99 cents. So,
oh, there's your choice, $1 or $7.
Yeah, pretty much. Unless I went throughout the week and got the half off day, but we don't go during the week currently because Keith still works outside the house and I can't go alone. Adam,
I haven't even been looking at the chat. My bad.
Keith is all upset he is on camera. So I cannot hear Megan until this speaker's back on. So I'm just gonna keep talking. There we go. All right. Love live show. Something always happens, right? Academics.
I think I've sold one pair of Academics men's jeans for like $40, but that's it. I've never picked it up. I've only picked it up one time, so I don't have experience with that.
I do pick up the Academics men's jeans and I will pay $7 for them and I get about 40, 45. Alexander McQueen. Now this is a brand that I've never sourced, but it was a brand you wanted on the list.
Yeah, so I found this one time and I just sold these jeans yesterday or the day before for $75. I paid $6 for them at Goodwill last year at the end of March, but brand new. I believe those jeans sell for like $500, $600, $700. Maybe someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I know they're very expensive. But it is long tail. Like I just said, I waited a year, but I got $75 for them.
So I'll insert that tip really quick. If you want to get the higher prices, you have to be patient, and you can't be. You have to wait for that slow dime, basically. The next brand is American Eagle, and I'm going to tell you what, for 99 cents, I will pick up American Eagle all day long. I flip them for anywhere from 20 to 25.
I love American Eagle as well. I really look for the larger sizes. And for me, when I think of American Eagle, larger sizes are like 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I don't think I've found anything larger than a 20, but I sell those larger sizes for like the high 20s. I'll list them for like 32 with best offer, and I'll take 25, 26, 28, $30.
Yeah, that's another tip we can insert really quick. The prices that we're giving you are just the general basic idea. But if you have a plus size or you have jeans that have a special print, a leopard print or stripes or something about them that's different, you can always raise your price a couple bucks.
I think the artist and the boyfriend cut American Eagle jeans do best for me.
I see a little curly head.
Yeah, he's coming up here. I'm trying to not let him bang the camera. Hey, buddy.
Hi, sweetie. Yeah, so you could always charge a little bit more. Like if you had American Eagle artist size 4, you might get 22 for that. But if they were size 18, you could get 28, 30. So we'll move down to Ann Taylor and Ann Taylor Loft are kind of brands that I don't really mess with anymore at all.
I like Ann Taylor Loft. I will pick up I think it's called like the sexy boot cut. They have like distinct names in them, and I will pick up those. But like the really old ones, I don't pick up. But the ones that do have that style name inside, I'll list those for like 24 or 26 with best offer.
And we're getting asked if these prices include free shipping. Mine do.
Yes, mine do too.
Apple Bottom, I would pay up to like $4 for Apple Bottom. I can actually get like 30, 35, but I've only ever found 2.
I've only sold Apple Bottom a couple times, but they've done really well for me, like at least $30. If they have like a good design with like rhinestones or like the embroidery on them, that makes them worth a little more.
We're coming to BKE, which is one of those brands that if it's BKE women's jeans, I will only get them if they're 99 cents, and I'm lucky if I can get 20 or 20. Wow.
Same here with the women's. The BKE just don't do very well for me at all. So I would pay $1. Maybe if they were a really large size and excellent condition, I would pay maybe, $3 or $4, but typically $1.
Yeah.
And I would sell them about the same.
And then the BKE men's jeans with the names in them, like Derek and Taylor and Tyler and all those Seth. There's a Seth, I think. I will pay $7 for those, and I get $45 to $50 for the men's BKB.
Same here. I've only found a couple of them, but the men's seem to do a lot better than the women's.
And even like when we put together our clothing guide, that was something we found about BKB. The men's sells a lot faster and for more money on average than the women's. Reseller King says, I think someone else is stealing the show. He sure is.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep him happy and not bang the camera around. So we'll see.
Baby fat. I will pick those up if they're 99 cents, and I can get like 25 to 30 depending on the style.
Yeah, baby fat, that's a hard one for me. I wouldn't pay more than $1, and I feel like I've sold those for the mid-20s. I don't think they're super good, but they sell.
Hey, Dominic's in here. Hey, welcome in. Thanks for showing up and saying hi. Banana Republic. Now, I don't mess with that brand anymore unless it's men's. I don't want women's. I can't give those away. But the Banana Republic men's is one I can get like 30 for.
Women's Banana Republic, I want to say I list those for 24 or 26 with best offer. The men's, I just sold a pair for like the high 20s the other day, like 28, I think.
Brandy, it's actually already 9 p.m. on the East Coast, and it's 6 p.m. for Megan, so this is kind of like a good time for both of us. And yeah, for me, it would be like 11 or midnight. The Banana Republics, I did want to mention the men's, though, but I don't get them unless they're like a less of 32 inseam. So that's kind of like another tip I can give you real quick. If there's brands that I have where I say I won't buy the women's unless it's size 14 or higher, there's some men's brands I only get if like the waist is 34 or more and the inseam is at least 32.
Can you pick that up, please? Thank you.
I'm reading the chat real quick.
Sorry, I'm doing like looking at 10 different things at once.
Ah, you're a mom. That's what happens.
Can you pick them up?
Bandolino blue, I used to when I was learning and new, but I still have them in the store, but they won't move.
Yeah, if I see those out, I do not pick them up. If it was brand new with the tags for $1, I might, but otherwise, no.
Also, I think I see Adam talking about being long tail, and I will insert real quick that when Keith and I did the clothing guide and we figured out the average sale time on most brands, unless it's a really high-end designer sought-after, not saturated brand on eBay, most used clothing takes at least minimum 4 months to sell, and on average, it's 4 to 9 months. So if you've been hanging on to something and it's between 4 to 9 months and it's not a high-end designer sought-after brand or unique, if it's something that's saturated, guess what? It's not stale and it's normal. So I think that's a misconception that a lot of new resellers have too. If something's been sitting around for 5 months, they think that it's stale. It's really not. It's absolutely normal to take that long.
Yeah, and I think especially for the jeans and pants are long tail. So if you're trying to flip stuff quickly, you might not want to do jeans and pants because you're going to be in the storage business if you sell jeans and pants like me and you. My garage is completely full of inventory, and that's just part of my business model.
Yeah, mine too. I do plush and jeans mostly. So our upstairs is divided into 2 rooms, and one room is all for jeans and plush, and the other room is for Keith's inventory, which moves a little bit faster than the stuff that I work with. But used clothing in general is slow. And I like to tell people that consistently, that if it's not been 4 months, your stuff isn't stale. Unless it's like, I don't even think Robert Graham was one of the ones that moves faster than 4 months when we did our research. So that should give you an idea. So we'll go down to, I asked you yesterday, is it BB? Is it how you say the BE?
I say BB, but I might be wrong, but that's what I say.
Here's the thing about BB, folks. I did not touch that brand until I started selling on Posh. And I got a tip from a couple of Posh sellers. That brand does really well on Poshmark. So not just jeans either, like coats and shirts. I now look for that brand because I know it's going to sell on Poshmark. but I wouldn't pay more than 99 cents. And it's like a 25-ish dollar.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay more than $1 for that either, unless it was new with tags. But most of the jeans, I want to say I sell for like in the 20s on eBay.
Yeah. And then you can get the same price on Poshmark, but they're paying shipping. So
that is nice. I just started Poshmark, but I am kind of liking that aspect of it. When I look at the offer, I don't have to think about, oh, but now I got to think of the shipping costs I have to pay.
Yes, and they can't return it for size. We've had people try, and they get shot down. They cannot return for size.
Does Poshmark like intervene and say nope?
Well, yeah, because they really can't return at all unless you sent them like, you know, item not as described. And some folks will open a case against you and say, oh, I really want to return these. They didn't fit me. And Poshmark will just close it.
Oh, nice.
Or like sometimes they'll, instead of opening a case, what they'll do is they'll send you a message and ask you if they can exchange or get a refund. And I just have a cookie cutter response. Sorry, all sales are final on Poshmark. What I can do is let you use our photos of the item if you want to resell it and offer you 15% off a future purchase.
Oh, you're really nice. You're like going above and beyond there.
No, it's actually advice I got from Sydney. We'll move on to Big Star, which is one I just discovered. We stumbled upon the Big Star brand when we were putting our clothing guide together. It is a buckle. It is a Big Star buckle brand. And I've only ever found one in the wild. Lo and behold, after we did our guide. Never seen one before, or I did and I didn't know to get it, right? They sold for $40 in like a week and a half. They were pretty fast. And I have another pair that I just recently found that I put in the store. So I guess I've had two. One went quick, and now one is just sitting and not moving. So
yeah, I just sold a pair of Big Star Kate jeans for, I want to say the high 30s. And the couple of pair of Big Star that I have had, they have sold very quickly. And I know men sell even better. So that's something I might pay up, you know, $5, $6, $7 because I know they'll sell high 30s, 40s, maybe even 50s if it's something really special.
I was reading the chat. Sorry.
I haven't been looking at the chat at all because I'm looking at the chat on my cell phone, which is like beneath me. And then I'm looking up at the camera on my iPad.
Big Star. Bongo. I will pick up the vintage Bongo, the 80s and 90s, the mom jeans. But the modern day Bongo, avoid, unless it's new with tags, then I'll get it. And I would only pay 99 cents either.
I typically do not pick up Bongo. If it was new with tags, I would, but no, other than that, I wouldn't.
Like, even not. I had a pair of light baby blue mom jeans that were like vintage. And they've been sitting for, I want to say forever, but it's really not because I just told you guys 4 to 9 months. I have high hopes for them. I think they're listed at like 40, but we will see. Boom Boom is a brand you've never heard of.
Nope.
It is a cheap brand. I don't even know where it originated from. I can honestly tell you that like when you look at the Boom Boom jeans, they don't look like they're very well made. But they sell plus sizes and they move really fast. So I think they're a lot like Just My Size or Lane Bryant, and that people that wear the plus sizes really like the Boom Boom styles in their jeans, and they have a following. I did pay like $3 for a pair in Florida when we were down there. They sell for like 25 to 35, depending on how they look and their size, but they go really fast. So it's like a quick flip.
I'll have to look out for them, but I may have seen them once before, but they looked kind of like a low-end Walmart item, so I probably just went past.
They do. I picked them up when I didn't know any better when we first started, and that was how I stumbled into them because I didn't know what they were, and they sold really fast. And then I was like, you know what? From now on, whenever I see Boom Boom, I'm getting them. Buffalo, David.
Yes, David Bitten.
David Bitten. No on the women's, yes on the men's. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, my problem with them is that someone is selling them brand new with tags on eBay for like $13 to $15 constantly. So anytime I get a used pair, you can't really justify paying more than that for them if some other seller has every single size, tons of different colors and styles for like 15 bucks, including shipping. So I don't have luck with them, but that's just because it seems like there's a bunch on eBay going for hardly anything right now. So maybe a different platform, they do better, but for me, they're a no.
Yeah, maybe we should buy up all of her $15 and sell them on Poshmark.
Raise them to 40.
Yeah. CJ Banks, I don't touch anymore. When I was learning, I sold a lot of CJ Banks. I don't like them anymore.
I like them because they're the plus sizes. So if they're in good condition, I'll list them for 24 or 26 with best offer. Kind of a bread and butter item for me. You know, they just continuously sell. They don't sell for a whole lot, but they do.
Yeah, that's kind of like my boom booms. And you mentioned Cabby?
Cabby. So it's like capital C, capital A, lowercase bi. And it's like a trunk show brand. It's not something sold in the mall that I'm aware of. And they all have style numbers on the inside tag, which you can look up and there'll be like a style name for it, which you can find on Google. So I like them because you can always find the exact name and style for the item, which makes them easier to sell. I would list those for 24 to like 34, depending on the style, and take a best offer in the high 20s or lower 20s, depending on which one it is.
Okay. Charter Club, I don't touch anymore. I think you still will.
Give me 1 second. My kid's ripping off all these tags. Charter Club is kind of another one like CJ Banks for me. It's bread and butter. So depending on the style and the condition, $24 to maybe $28, and then I'll take a best offer.
Chico's. So we have to have a discussion about Chico's because generally we should all be not ever forcing them and avoiding them, except for the I almost just said except for the not your daughters.
So there's three lines from Chico's you want to look out for. There's the So Slimming, Fabulously Slimming, and So Lifting. So stay away from the older Chico's Platinum label and look for the newer label with the slimming from one of the slimming lines. And those ones I list for in the 30s.
Yes, absolutely. And I get those a lot, so I will show them in haul videos. You can see what they look like. But they literally say So Lifting, Fabulously Slimming, or So Slimming. And I'm going to start my Meyer now. I start mine around 25 or 28. And she literally she starts them in the 30s.
Sorry, my kid was throwing my supplies all over the floor.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Is he attacking Mom?
We were throwing things everywhere.
So the Chico's So Slimming and lifting line, I would pay 3 or 4 for, probably at most.
Same here, unless it had a really good style. I just sold a pair last week for, I want to say $34, $38, and they had a cool like rhinestone accent on the pant leg. So otherwise $1, but if there's something special, I would pay a little more.
Also, they move pretty fast for me. Normally, if I get one of those and I list it, it sells within the month before it's ended.
Same here. I can't keep the So Slimming, So Lifting, and the Fabulously Slimming ones in stock. Once I get one, they sell very quickly. All
sizes, too. Small, big, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And if you're not familiar with Chico's sizes, they have their own sizes. I have a 5-minute video on how to do your titles and your sizes with Chico's, if you ever want to search the channel for it.
That's funny. When I first started finding Chico's at the Goodwill, I didn't know about their sizing, and I was like, size 2? Like, this doesn't look like a 2. And then, after a couple of weeks, I like looked them up and realized they had their own size chart. But it was just funny initially because I'm looking at these items like, that doesn't look right.
Yeah, I was the same way. I'm like, isn't the size 2 like really small? And they were like big. They run big, and it's kind of like the Torrid. They're bigger sizes, and they have smaller numbers for vanity.
Yeah, vanity sizing. And also Venzia does that as well. So like Chico's, Torrid, and Venzia, they do that vanity sizing.
Yep. Okay. Citizens of Humanity is a bolo. Bolo, 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 bolo. I will pay $7, male or female jeans. The females I start at 35 and the men's I start at 45 or 50.
Same here. But the older women's Citizens of Humanity, like bootcut ones, don't do as well for me. So I really try to look for like the skinny ones or ones with a newer tag. The older bootcuts, I probably sell those in the high 20s, to be honest. So look for something special that has a skinny leg.
My bootcut ones move pretty fast. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, see, that's just
don't listen to me.
Yeah, but there's brands that I won't even touch with a stick anymore because I can't sell them for $5 free shipping. And you're like, I'm over here selling them.
Yeah. Funny how that works.
It is all relative. I mean, I know that there are brands that I sell that people are like, no, I would never buy that. But there's brands I won't touch that others do really well with. So it's kind of like you have to play a little bit. You have to find sales or the Benz or somewhere where you can get these things for cheap to kind of play around a little bit with your own store and see what works for you guys. Coldwater Creek. I don't touch anymore.
So I still pick that one up because it's bread and butter for me, kind of like the CJ Banks. I'll list some $24, $26 and I'll take a best offer. I don't pick them up if they're like in bad condition or a really small size, but if they're in good shape and a decent size, why not?
Converse, I've only ever found 2 in the wild. The first pair was regular bootcut blue jeans, and they were around for a while, probably like 6 months to a year. But they sold for like 35, I want to say, on Poshmark. And so I just found another pair in the wild the other day. They're burgundy, and I'm like, well, I mean, they were slow, but they went for a good amount on Posh, the first pair. So I picked up this burgundy pair for defense. We'll see what happens.
I've never found Converse jeans ever.
I'm selling stuff on Poshmark apparently.
Nice.
Coogie, I will pay $7 for all day long. All day long.
So I have one pair of, and I call it Coogie. So maybe someone knows the way you're actually supposed to say it. But I have one pair that has been sitting for almost a year, and they have not sold for me yet. So I don't think I'd pay more than $1 for those anymore, just based off my experience.
Yeah, okay. But see, like the I don't even know how to say it. He says Coogie like you do, and I think it's Coogie. But the men's ones that I have found have all gone for 40 or 45, and usually on Poshmark, not eBay. So that could be the difference.
Maybe I need to list one on Poshmark because they've been sitting on my jean pile for like a year now on eBay. Maybe I should try that.
I had a female pair that went for a good bit also, but they got, or they meant to return them, but they sent them to California. I don't know where they sent them. Either worked it in our favor though, because they returned them and they went somewhere in California, and I had to call eBay and be like, that's not where my PO box is located. How about DKNY?
So that's another bread and butter for me. If it's a small size and a really old style, I won't pick it up. But if it's newer and a larger size, I'll list it for $24, $26. If it's a good style, maybe even $28 or $30.
And what's really funny is last night I told Megan when we were talking that I won't touch DKNY. And lo and behold, I came across, I had a stack of jeans ready to be photographed that I was working on today. And I did have a pair in there, but they were new with tags. So they were 99 cents new with tags. That's probably why I picked them up. But yeah, a lot of people are saying the Coogie, Coogie doesn't sell for them. I have no problem moving it. Maybe it's because mine are on Poshmark. I don't know. Daughters of the Liberation. It's an anthropology brand. I've only ever found one pair. And when I comped them, they comped pretty high, but this was a long time ago. The ones I have are damaged. So I had to list them a little bit lower, and they've been sitting for a long time. But when I was comping them, the ones I saw in good shape looked to be pretty good. I guess with their anthro, but.
And I've never found that brand or heard of it. So that one's new for me.
We are working down alphabetically, so we will get down to the ends sooner or later.
So Trina W says Coogie is Coogie. So Coogie.
Potato. If Keith can't convince me it's Coogee, no one can. Denizen.
So that one is a company owned by Levi's. And for me, those do fairly well. I'll list them at $24, $26 with best offer.
I had a lot of Denizen when I first started. I found them at the Benz and for like 99 cents. They did help us build up capital in the beginning, but I don't like them anymore. But they won't move for me. They're slow. Dereon or Dereon. This is another brand I've only ever found like 2 or 3 pairs of, but they come really high and they sold for like $35, $40.
I believe isn't that Beyonce's brand?
Is it?
It's some celebrity's brand, I believe. I want to say it's Beyonce, I think.
Yeah, I can't find it anymore though. Like every time I stumble on something accidentally, it's like a really good brand that goes really fast for a lot of money. Never find it again. Earl Jean, do you still mess with those?
So I used to not pick them up because I thought they were like a Walmart brand, but I started picking them up because of, I want to say you or Lindy Glenn had mentioned them. And so now I pick them up and I sell them for $24, $26, maybe even $28 if they're a bigger size.
Same here. I'll pick them up for like 99 cents and sell them at mid-20s. Eddie Bauer. I don't mess with that anymore.
Another bread and butter one for me, $24, $26.
The shirts do well. I will, it's supposed to be about jeans, but the Eddie Bauer like dad shirts do pretty good.
Trina W says it is Beyonce. So yeah, that Dereon brand, that's Beyonce.
Yeah, I wish I could find more, but I can't.
Why don't you call Beyonce?
Yeah, because she's my friend. Girl, give me some of your jeans.
Oh. No, Grayson, pick that up, please.
Eddie Bauer boyfriend. Oh, the thing about boyfriend jeans in any brand, I think they do well.
Pick it up.
That boyfriend jeans are popular right now, style-wise. Fashion Bug.
Side note, you guys need to get one of these. It's a mannequin turntable.
Oh, see, I got rid of Lola because she killed my back.
You just put the mannequin on this and then you can just spin it around and not have to like turn it at the base to get your side and back pictures. I love it. That's what my son was throwing around.
Might get one for Velvetina back there, but I did sell Lola because she's the full one. She was too much to mess with.
Yeah, I sold all of mine except for one just because I didn't have space for them.
Fashion Bug.
So I pick up Fashion Bug. That is an older brand, but I don't think they are, I'm not sure if they're in business anymore or not, but I pick them up in bigger sizes, 24, 26, maybe $28.
I don't mess with Fashion Bug unless it's new with tags. Free People is one of the most disappointing brands of my life. When I first started reselling, all anybody ever talked about was Free People this and Free People that, and it's a sought after brand. I finally found a pair of the low-rise bell-bottom ones for $5 at a yard sale. I paid the $5 for them, got them home, comped them, and holy crap, was I disappointed. Hold on. You use your dinner table, turntable. That's cool. Oh, now the baby.
Oh, buddy.
Oh.
My older son hit him in the head with a rattle.
Oh.
Okay, what brand? So you said Free People.
Yeah. He's so cute, though.
Oh. So Free People for me, I sit on those, and I'll pay up to $5 or $6 for them, but they sit.
Yeah, they're just kind of disappointing, and I got to put that out there. A lot of these bread and butter brands that we're talking about, I buy and flip all day. Are you okay?
We're alive. Oh my God, hold on. You can keep talking. I got to rearrange this.
Okay. a lot of these bread and butter brands that we talk about, I buy for 99 cents and I flip for 20s or 30s, but I flip them all day long in volume and make a good, a good solid living off of them. And then some of these brands that people praise or talk up, by the time you find one, they've already been raked to the bottom, or just not worth it anymore. Megan is pretty awesome, guys. She's pretty awesome. This is mom life for real. Free people. See, I've never found free people. I've only ever found that one pair of jeans at the yard sale, and then I had some. They were jeans. They were like leopard print, and there's a yellow one and a pink, just different prints. They're still sitting from like a year ago.
Okay, I'm gonna sit somewhere else here.
Okay, do what you need to do.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna try over here.
You though, because people don't seem to understand how hard it is with kids.
It is so rough. Just with one kid, it was manageable, but now with two, it is so hard.
And your husband's in the military, so he's often not home, right?
Yeah, he's always gone. He's actually gone right now. He's not doing a military thing right now. He's in Texas for a couple days dropping off our dog. But then when he comes back, he's going to be gone for like 6 weeks before we move. So it's normally just me, but you get used to it.
Yeah. Side note, real quick, for those of you that didn't see the first time Megan was on my show, there's times where she has to go to the Goodwill with both kids, and then you go home for diaper changes and snacks and go back out to a second store. And you do that all day long, right?
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Right now, though, I am not sourcing because we're getting it ready to move. So I'm trying to get rid of all the stuff that I have that's just sitting around in the garage. So today is week 4 of no sourcing.
I would be in withdrawals.
Yeah, the first 2 weeks it was really hard because I feel like I'm missing out on something. But, I'm getting used to it. I have all this stuff sitting here that I really need to get listed. So,
yeah, we almost didn't go today because this pile here goes all the way to the floor that the hippos are sitting on.
Yeah, you don't need to go, but you just feel like you need to.
I was all messed up because of the lost hour, and I was just tired, and I told Keith I didn't want to go. And then 5 minutes later, I popped my head out, and I'm like, I have FOMO. We have to go.
Yep, that's a real thing.
It is. And I got a pair of men's silver jeans today, so I'm glad I went. We are not very far down this list. So
I know.
Should I just start picking out the ones that I know are more bread and butter and
yeah, maybe the better ones. I think maybe we could skip some of the lower end labels that everyone already knows about.
Well, I can lump in Gap and Old Navy together and say that those are Gap, the Old Navy, and the American Eagle are my 3 biggest bread and butters.
Yeah, I would also include Levi's in that just because they always sell. There's millions of followers for those brands. Even though they're not super expensive, they sell all the time.
I don't buy Levi's anymore because they won't sell for me. But if they're new at tags, they will. I just photographed a pair today that the MSRP was $70, and I'll probably ask for 40 or 45, and they'll go really quick. Let's skip down to, Gloria Vanderbilt is another bread and butter of mine, but only size 14 or bigger, or if it's unique. I had a white pair that had rainbow stripes that sold overnight for $25.
I'll pick them up too. If they're a bigger size, good condition, they sell. Even though it's sold at Walmart, it still does good.
Yeah, it does. Guess is another good bread and butter brand. I won't pay more than 99 cents for. It's hard to pick and choose though, because we made this list and it's
I know.
J. Crew is a good one if you're on Poshmark. J. Crew is like the BB. It does good on Poshmark. Here comes a train. These are my distractions.
Oh, yeah.
Trains, and
I was like, what is that noise?
It's the train, and then sometimes we live 2 blocks from the fire hall, and it sounds like the World War II raid siren. Joe's jeans are something I would pay up to 4 or 5 for, probably.
Yeah, it depends on the style. Some of those don't do very well, kind of like the 7 for All Mankind, but then other ones sell really good for 40, $50, just depending on which style name you have.
Yeah, and size matters in those.
Yes.
I did mention already just my size, and Lane Bryant and Torrid. I would just lump those in real quick. Those are 3 really good sizes for plus sizes. Just my size is like a Kmart brand, but it flips just as fast and really for good money, just like Torrid and Lane Bryant for me.
Same here. I'll do just my size if it's larger and good condition, but it's by like Hanes. It's not expensive at all, but
they as fast as I can list them, they sell. They're really quick. One time I had listed like 2 pairs that were like identical, but like one shade darker, like of a wash. And the same person bought both like overnight. So people are looking for that. Cut from the cloth, definite bolo, you guys. I wouldn't pay $7 for it though. I'd feel like $4 at most.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay up too much on those. Even the bigger sizes, I'd probably pay like $5 at most, depending on the style.
That was another one I was really disappointed about when I finally found a pair and got it home. I was like,
yeah, they don't sell super quick, but they are a nicer brand.
We talked about Levi's. That's one of Megan's biggest bread and butters. Lucky Brand is kind of poop anymore. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I will not pick up Lucky Brand unless it's 99 cents.
I wouldn't pay more than $1 either, but they still sell for me, especially if they have like a style name on the inside.
Yeah, the ones with names, absolutely. And I should asterisk that. Men's Lucky jeans, I will pay up for. I just sold a pair today of men's on Poshmark for $35. So Lucky's kind of like another one of those brands where the women's is poop, but the men's is good. Mech jeans, capital M-E-K. It's another buckle brand. It does really well. I start mine at 30 or 35. Do you do those?
I would do the same. Yeah, I hardly ever find them, but when I do, I would say 30, maybe 40, depending on which one it is. But I've never found Mech men's jeans, so I don't have experience with that, but the women's for sure in the 30s.
I think I want to say it's probably not. I have so much inventory. I feel like I've had a men's pair of Mechs, but they're not listed. They're probably in this pile. Miss Me jeans.
No. Please don't do that.
Yeah, men's Lucky jeans sell well. I was pretty excited when they went on Poshmark. It was like a $24 profit.
Oh my gosh, he's throwing stuff everywhere.
Oh.
Please stop, buddy. I have everything tore apart because we're packing up stuff to move. So he's just into everything.
He's 2, right?
Yep. Terrible 2s.
Yeah. How about Miss Me? How much would you pay for those?
So I have only found Miss Me like twice. And, I would pay $4 or $5 for those, but they definitely don't sell for a whole lot anymore. I would say 30 or 40. Maybe if they're really embellished, maybe a little bit more, but you're going to be waiting a while.
It's funny that you say that because I just listed a pair a couple weeks ago for $51 and overnight got a best offer of $50. I guess they wanted a nice round number. And that was like the same day I sold silver for $50 on Poshmark. So I made $100 gross on 2 pairs of jeans in one day on 2 different platforms.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I absolutely pay up for this. Some of them sit forever, but
yeah.
that's my long tail face, my forever face. But I will pay up for them because worst case, I take a best offer of 40 or 45, but they will.
That's still great.
They will move at 50. I don't know why those ones went so fast in comparison to the other ones I have that sit for a while. They weren't even that embellished. They just had like the stitching and like the broken patches on the pocket.
Was it a good size?
No, it's like a 27. It's like a skinny people size.
That's crazy.
Right place, right time. Massimo is a bread and butter. It's a Target brand, but I don't know.
Yeah, Massimo and Morona. Both of those are bread and butter for me. I know they're a low-end Target, but $24, maybe $22 with best offer.
Yeah, and if you can find them new at tags, sometimes you can get like 30. And if they're men's and they're like those skater looking Massimo jeans, those do pretty good. I want to say Massimo started as a skater clothing brand. I feel like it did. I feel like it did. I feel like it did. Keith just used to work at Target. I'm gonna ask her. She's okay,
please stop
right now, but we will ask her.
Let go. Can you put that back in?
I was reading the chat. You all right to keep going?
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, when this is over, I have to do stuff.
I don't know how people survive with so many kids.
Because they grow up and then then you can make them clean.
Yeah. Actually, my son loves to vacuum.
Sorry, I was reading. Yeah, and then when they get older, like, mine, it's you clean her, I don't feed you. No, I'm kidding.
I like that.
I will always feed my children. You can put them to work though and stuff. It's pretty good when they get older. I'm looking at the time. We have about 11 minutes, so I'm going to go down this list and just like call out names that are brands I would say are definite bolos, and then I'll have Megan add any that she wants to add, and then we might take a couple questions. So before we get off, I want to make sure that we mention Not Your Daughter's Jeans, Paige, Patagonia, Pendleton, 7'7", and then the 7'7" Melissa McCarthy plus size, Silver Jeans, which are my absolute favorite. Y'all know I will put out those for those. I love Silver Jeans. Tommy Bahama's men's do really well. True Religion, obviously, but make sure that you're getting the real thing. And White House Black Market's like a 99-center for me. It's a bread and butter. And the YMI Wanna Bet a Butt. The YMI jeans in general are poop. They're poop. But the Wanna Bet a Butt ones, even like small sizes, like size 3 and size 5, if I could find them for 99 cents, I list them for anywhere from 18 to 22, depending on how they look, and they flip within a day or two. So 99 cents, even into $18 with first-class shipping on the smaller sizes, that quickly, I always grab Wanna Bet a Butts. I like saying their name, too, because I'm 12. Wanna Bet a Butt?
Put on these jeans. I need a pair of those.
I need so lifting. I need some Pico so miracling. Sorry. Do you have any brands you want to add?
Pilcrow and the Letterpress. So that's an Anthropologie label. And when you look at the tag, it often has like stitching through part of the brand. So it'll say like Pilcrow, and then it's hard to see what the rest of it says, but it's and the Letterpress. I sold a pair that were embroidered on the pant legs for $75 a couple months ago.
I want to say that Lance got a pair of those in his last denim rescue box off of ThreadUp and sent me a picture of the label, and I had no idea what it was because you could only read like part of it. I want to say
it's probably that because it has like stitching like through pretty much most of the writing. Yeah,
Lance, are you still in the chat? Were those what you were sending me the other night? And I was like, I can't read it. So we have about 9 minutes, you guys. Megan her kids are winding up, so we want to wrap this up, by 10. If you have a couple questions, you guys can throw them in the chat now. If you don't follow Megan on Instagram, you should be. Everyone was begging her forever to start a YouTube channel because Megan does do really well with her jeans. She sells them for high prices. She's really good at picking out brands. And you give out a lot of tips and tricks on Instagram as far as like inventory, organization and stuff like that, right?
Absolutely. And there's a question in the chat. Do you both include shipping in your jeans prices or charge shipping? I do free shipping, so it's included in my price. And I ship them in a flat rate envelope.
Yeah, I do mine in the padded flats, but I do free shipping and buyer pays returns. On some of my older inventory that I want to move more quickly, I will knock my price down by like $8 and I will put free returns on it and then charge like an $8 or $9 flat rate shipping. Just to kind of shake things up a little bit. Some people like free returns and don't mind paying the shipping. But I only do that on like old inventory. And by old, I mean like 9 months or more. So you guys, Megan's Instagram is in the description box below, as is her YouTube channel. You have 3, 4 videos now. She's brand new, guys.
Yeah, I think maybe 5 now. I posted one yesterday. It's not reseller related, but most of my stuff is about like organizational things for your store and just handy tips and tricks. We are in the process of moving, so most of my videos in the next couple months will probably be more about that, but there'll be some reseller stuff in there too.
And I just want to say hi to Kelly real quick. Hip Flippin' Mama, welcome and thank you for stopping by. I love you.
Reseller King says, do any of you sell Carhartt jeans? Yes, I've sold some Carhartt. They were like that flame resistant lined jeans, and I think I've sold some women's. Not very many, but they have sold pretty good.
Oh, speaking of flame resistant jeans, a brand that if you gave it to me for free, I would tell you I would not put it in my store. I don't touch Wrangler. I wear Wrangler. I'm personally wearing a pair of Wranglers right now. When I find them for 99 cents in my size, I like Wrangler, but I won't flip them. They're awful. I took a chance. I bought a plus size pair of flame resistant women's Wrangler jeans. I listed them for $41, and the next morning I woke up to an offer of like $37, and I took it overnight. Boom. So that just, you guys have to take stuff like that into account. If it's unique looking, if it has graphics, if it's embellished, if the style is cute, if something cool about it, like flame resistant, even a poopy brand, you'll want to pick up when they're neat or unique like that, because they will flip. They will go for good money.
Yeah, same thing with the flannel lined jeans. I've sold some by low-end brands, but just the fact that they have that flannel lining, that's an attractive feature.
Yeah, I just photographed Cabela's today in my little photo session. I had some Cabela's flannel lined. Do you know offhand what style Joe's jeans they should be looking for?
I like the boyfriend cuts, and I don't know the style name of those, but I also sell, there's a style name called like the Provocateur, and I always seem to sell that one. That's the only one I can think of, though, off the top of my head. I think there's one called like the Cigarette, and I've sold that several times. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, it's like an ankle. Excuse me, I'm sorry. It's like a cigarette ankle. Justin showed up late. Better late than never. Justin. So you guys, I don't see any questions right now, so I do want to say again, Megan's Instagram and Megan's YouTube are in the description box. Be sure to follow her on Instagram at the very least. She puts up a lot of her what solds on there, and when she does source, she's not sourcing right now because she's moving, but she will show you what she bought. She's a good person to follow. I will put this out there. Megan already knows. When I first started reselling, before I knew Megan, before we got to know each other and became friends, I used to stalk her. And the way I learned how to price my jeans was from Megan. I never comped jeans on eBay without looking in her store as well to see what she was doing. And I most of the time priced like her. And when things started selling for these higher prices, I liked it a lot.
I think for me, the higher pricing is kind of a mental thing with people, is they see value. So when something has an item posted for really cheap, it just instantly makes me think, what's wrong with it? Why are they selling it so low? But when something is more expensive, it just makes you think, oh, this must be a nicer item.
Yeah, they see value in it. And so I stalked Megan for a really long time, probably about a year. And then Casey had her on his channel, and then Casey and Keith became friends. Now we're all friends. But
yeah,
I will say that to this day, if I like find a pair of brand of jeans that's unfamiliar to me and it's 99 cents, I still buy it just to bring it home and see what happens. And if I do have to comp a pair of jeans anymore, I still look in Megan's store. 99.9% of the jeans I bring home, I never comp anymore. I literally can pull it off the rack and tell you what I'm going to charge for it when I get home based on the brand, the size, and the style. But sometimes they're new to me, and I still look in Megan's store to see what she's doing.
Same here. I don't really comp jeans anymore. When I'm in the store, when I find them, I already kind of know in my head what I'm going to list them for. I think a lot of people waste too much time trying to comp items and see what they should list it for. And that's a big time waster. So especially with the bread and butter items, just get some prices set in your head and go with that. There's no need to look around for an hour to price a pair of $20 Old Navy jeans.
Yeah, exactly. And I say that all the time. Don't spend too much time comping. You can legitimately like sit down and make a list of 10 brands that'll go for 20, 10 that'll go for 25, 10 that'll go for 30. And then in your own, you know, wherever you live, whatever your jeans cost there, you can make up. You can say, well, these ones that go for 20, if I live in a place I can never get jeans for less than 5, they're probably not going to be worth it to you. So you know to aim for the 25 or higher. But you can kind of see what you would pay for them if you just off the top of your head. General rule of thumb for me, I don't know if Megan, she probably does more. A general rule of thumb for me is like $3 to $4 more for a plus size, 5 to 8 more for men's, depending if it's, you know, if it's just a plain men's pair of jeans, I'll charge like 5 more than the women. But if there's something special about them or they're ripped or distressed, which is still in style, I saw that question, like 10 more. But I just kind of know in my head, like, oh, look, these are plus size or these are men's or these have a special print. And I know whether I'm going to charge 2 up to 10 more than my normal price on that brand. I think it just comes with time, right?
Yeah, and that's funny. That's funny you say that because when I'm in the store, I'm already thinking of the price. I'm also thinking of the keywords that I'm going to use. So that's really funny because I think like the same thing as you when I'm in the store, just browsing through the rack.
Yeah, I actually see the title in my head. I'm like, oh, these are bell-bottom flare mid-rise dark wash with whiskers. Like I already know what I'm going to put the title.
Yeah.
So it did just hit an hour. So we're going to go ahead and let Megan go take care of her kids, her 2 little boys that made a cameo appearance.
Yes. And his dirty t-shirt and his diaper because they're not wearing any clothes.
So
that's real life.
That is real life. I had 2 boys too. Thank you so much, Megan, for coming on. 100,000% appreciate you doing this when your husband's not there and you have the kids. Pretty amazing. She's a mompreneur, guys. She's pretty amazing. Make sure you follow her. And
thank you for having me. I enjoy being on your show.
Oh, thank you. That's my nerd face. But no, I do appreciate it. I know it's hard with the kids. And everyone else that came in, you guys, thank you for being patient when we had the cameos, and thank you for listening to us and spending an hour with us. If you missed anything or have any questions later, go ahead and put them in the comments below. Join our Facebook group. You can tag me or Megan in that group. She is a member, and ask us questions later. Hit the like button before you leave. Help our channel out. If you haven't already, you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed all these hungry hippos. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Flippin Hippos. I actually have to get up and walk over to turn the video off, so I'm going to do that now. You guys can look at Megan's beautiful face. I love you guys. I love everyone. Thank you.
Thanks for coming in, you guys.